Robert Akers, you're the ones! You make news time also fun! Robert Akers, Manny Moonrakers making fun of you! Hey ho, Kermit the Frog here, and you are listening to Manny on UFO Buster Radio Network. Yay!
This is Sparta! Fatality.
Welcome to episode number 380 of the UFO Buster Radio News podcast. And this is the podcast where we take a satirical and often with a comical bent on the perspective that I portray on the topics of UFO, aliens, and everything else in between. Unfortunately, that kind of shit just rolls over people like water on a duck. Maybe I should have Kermit say that at the beginning of the podcast every time. It's like it's an alert. Monday was really one fucked up day for the Moonraker. It was just crazy. Balls to the wall, grated on like a cheese grater. It was nuts. Like really, I didn't even get on Discord to be honest. It was just bananas. It's like one of those days. Like you get up. This was a Monday that I actually got up and said, I'm gonna tackle this bitch today. I'm gonna be the master of my domain. I went and got me some coffee and I was ready. And for the love of Pete, the whole day just shitted on me. I felt like I was sitting inside of a bowl, a dirty toilet bowl, and the day wouldn't even sit on the rim. It just shat on me from a distance. That's how bad it was. I was like, I tuned out. Totally tuned out. But I'm back today because today is Tuesday. UFO Buster Radio News. Today we find stuff to talk about when it comes to UFOs and aliens. I did want to mention, by the way, that a few of the guys that are in the live chat have been making the rounds on YouTube, showing up on other shows and things like that, talking about the paranormal and some good stuff out there. On Thursday, because it is the Freak Out, we're going to include links to all of those episodes they've been on, so you guys can check them out at your leisure. And I did show up on one show, kind of like as a surprise, kind of, I would say. I was expected, but not. Something like that. I realized one thing. I need a co-host on video because I want to be the bad cop all the time. And the truth is that my facial expressions are not going to be able to save whoever it is that we're talking to from utter doom, basically, because I can't hide it. I cannot hide it. And I don't know. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe this summer, maybe I'll have some of the guys co-host with me as we take some fuckers down. Oh, just interview people, I mean, sorry. Last thing before we get started, we have some doozies today on the news reports, by the way. No fucks are given. We do. Now, I do want to say one thing. There's one news article that, it's something. But I did get a message on YouTube about an episode 209. At first, I read the message, and I was like, fuck, I can't. What the hell is this person talking about? So, yeah, 209. We're up to 380 as of today. So, yeah, I've slept a few times since this podcast happened way back when. However, the title for this one was the 1979 Scotland abduction of Robert Taylor. Apparently, the person kind of felt that I really should believe his story. Like I said, I'm a different person, you know what I mean? I'm saying? And I feel that on the Thursday Freakout, we're going to revisit this abduction and we'll see what happens. Do I feel the same? I'm assuming that from the message, and we'll read the message then. We're not going to do it today because we got other shit to talk about. I'm assuming from the message I did not take this abduction favorably. Maybe I said that he was full of hunky-dory or something. I don't know. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. This song that's coming up right now, you all should blame Monday for what you're about to hear. God bless America and the world. Can't stop laughing. What a fucking song that is. Have mercy on my soul. By the way, if you haven't done it yet, please go on to Discord. Chat with us. Talk to us. We want to know your story. As a matter of fact, a lot of people go on there. They shave. I hope they shave. They share their abduction stories, their experiences, their ghost stories, all of the above. Whatever's paranormal or not, they will share it. I got a few people to say hello to because they're alive right now in the live chat. And you can be as well if you go to Spreaker.com. GameFit is in the house. Green Man, Pucky. We also got Dre, by the way, Dre and Mrs. Dre. I know it's kind of weird. She probably didn't hear that anyway. We're on the Dark Horror podcast this last Saturday with a very scary story, so you guys should check that out. Gooter is in the house, and we got one more person here. Chuck Bam is in there. Yeah, come on over. Go to Discord. Meet the guys, chat with them. I think I'm over this whole Monday thing. It's back to normal music from this point on. But let's get to this first story we got here. Let's talk about this, because initially when I saw the story, I was like, oh my God, it's the Fermi Paradox again. I'm so tired of Fermi and his paradox. I really am. I am completely done with people trying to solve that. Just let it go. We don't need to deal with Fermi anymore. There's way more evidence of planets out there that really throws the Fermi paradox into the shitter, and that's where it should be. The title for this article is Scientist Proposes a Pretty Depressing Explanation for Why We Never See Aliens. Now, to quote the Gooter, probing is not fun. But he says he's been told that. So we'll just leave it there. But there are a lot of people that say they get probed all the time. Now, please, don't get upset. I don't want you to throw your phone down, stomping on it, or unsubscribing just because you think I'm... Did you hear the disclosure at the beginning of the episode? Satirical. So you've been probed. I get it. But there's no need to be upset about it. I'm not the one probing you. At least not in that area, if you get my drift. So apparently, here's the deal. So there's another guy. He is a physicist by the name of Alexander Berezin from the National Research University of Electronic Technology in Russia. It's not fake news. And it just so happens that election year, and now the Russians are getting into this. I don't know. Is there a coincidence? Cohesion? Or not fucking cohesion. But you know what I mean. It's a Tuesday. So basically, he has an idea. He says, forget about the Fermi Paradox. Forget about it. We're not going to go down that route because things are a lot darker. Things are so fucking bad. You will not believe what he said. According to him, his solution to this whole paradox nonsense is the idea that possibly when a civilization reaches interstellar travel, that in their travels they could end up eradicating other life forms. Just because they need to fuel their own expansion. I mean, this is nuts. Now, he makes it clear that he's not saying that we, as humans, because that would fuck up his theory, we as humans are going to get eradicated. He's not saying that we're going to have this big mothership come by, aliens are going to come down, like in the movies, take all of our resources and kill us all off. No, that's not what he's saying. He's actually saying we're going to do that to everyone else. And this is going to happen not because we're being intentional about it, not because we're the assholes of the universe. It might be just because we just don't notice. Yeah. He compares it to maybe a construction crew. You guys in Texas, you guys know there's construction everywhere. But he compares it to a construction crew coming in, laying waste, trying to build something, and they kill all the bugs in the area. That's what he compares it to. And because they don't know they're there, Like, how many people are going to run around with a big-ass caterpillar and worry about an anthill somewhere? They're not. To run that bitch over, killing them all. That's what he says is the real issue. And the reason why we don't see aliens. Because they're busy killing off civilization somewhere. Yeah, it's a tough one to swallow. But anyway, there's a quote here. Assuming the hypothesis above is correct, what does it mean for our future? And this is what he says. The only explanation is the invocation of the anthropic principle. We are the first to arrive at interstellar stage and most likely will be the last to leave. So basically he says that once we get out there, we'll just be killing fuckers left and right, and we'll be the last ones left. It's pretty sad. It really is a pretty sad idea that that's the case. And according to him, it's actually a worse principle to consider than the fact that humanity will be extinct one day. Not so sure about that. Not so sure at all. It is an opposing view to the Fermi Paradox. I myself think that both theories are fucked up. They really don't offer any answers. And we need to go back to the drawing board because there are way too many people reporting that they do see aliens. And not just in ships, not UFOs, but they get visitations all the time. And those guys firmly believe that both these theories are worthless and made by idiots who don't believe. Unless you're someone that is in Scotland and your story was covered by a podcaster in the United States, then you're sad. But that's the first one. It is just crazy that the idea that we could eventually not even see a single alien just because we piss all over their side of their solar system as we travel. It is funny. It is funny indeed. Check out the link in the description. There's a lot more to it. He really gets into how you fill in and compare the Fermi Paradox to his theory. And again, I wouldn't buy it. Not at all. Because there's just way too much of a universe to really think that the entire universe is waiting for us to reach interstellar travel. If anything, the whole thing just works against us completely.
Forever
fucking scream at me?
Where's
you
the
dumb
money?
fuck you? Look at you with your fucking 48% body fat and...
I really need to find more of those Arnold clips that are just as raunchy as that one. It just kills me. War on Mars. Alien hunter make shock claim after discovering a bullet on Mars. I'm going to give you a disclaimer right now. Yeah. I tried to get this picture to put it as the show episode image, but I couldn't do it. It would not accept it at all. Shock claim. Pictures from Mars go 4.2 fucking far. I couldn't fit it. So we know who this is. This is our favorite person. He's the guy, Pareidolia Pete, who says they're combing through hundreds of thousands of... I don't know how he does this. I'm telling you, he's probably a recluse who's been having babies for years, and they don't go to school. They don't go out. They don't even see light. They're chained somewhere in the basement, and all they do is look through fucking pictures. I mean, they don't even talk. They just point. That's all they do. Scott C. Waring. Again, he's doing it. He's got another picture out of Mars and claims that it's a bullet. He claims that extraterrestrials once lived on Mars and they went extinct because they went to fucking war. They blew the place up trying to kill each other. That's what he's saying. And he honed in on this one piece of rock. If you guys have ever gone to NASA and looked at these pictures from the rovers, the pictures are freaking significant in size. They're huge. They're huge. Like you really have to comb through them to find these odd things that Scott C. Waring locates. It's bananas. He said on his database blog, Mr. Pareidolia Pete, what I found was something I didn't want to find. I wish I had some dramatic music right now. A bullet. I found a bullet. Okay. This tiny projectile is longer than most bullets. How the fuck can you tell? You're sitting on the planet Earth. Bruh. Yeah. Let me just recompose myself here. It's it's longer than most bullets, but appears to still be unused. Really? I see the head of the bullet, which looks like it's made from copper alloy. The lower part of the projectile is the case, which is quite long. What is he talking about, the bullet, or he's watching porn? I don't know what's going on with Scott C. Waring. What's really going on? Does he have like two screens? He's probably got those two monitors. One side is porn, and the other side is NASA stuff. That's probably how he stays awake. The longer case means it could hold more gunpowder to propel the bullet further. All of a sudden, I got an English accent. I don't know. Sometimes I think he does. I don't know where the hell he's going. But here's the thing. And here, full disclosure. When I saw this image, and hence the reason why I was trying to download the damn thing, this shit looks weird. It really does look weird. Some of his other pictures, golly, for the love of Pete, get your eyes fucking fixed. But this picture is bananas. So I'm starting to wonder now, did he doctor this up? The article contains where and when the picture was taken. So you can actually look it up by the SOL number, SOL, the Mars SOL number. So you can go into the database for NASA. I haven't done that yet because I just came across this article about a couple hours ago. And it tells you how to find it and where it's at. I want to look at this from NASA's database because this is the weirdest freaking object I think he's ever put out there. The shape of it, I wouldn't say it's a bullet. To be honest, what it looks like to me is like the Blue Avians and Oh Good were up there fighting the war on Mars, and they were smoking a peace pipe, and they basically just left it behind. That's what it looks like to me. It looks like some kind of a pipe. That doesn't look like a bullet. But it is... I don't know. It seems like Scott C. Waring has a talent for finding crazy shit. He's fucking crazy. I mean, he never loses Waldo. I guarantee you. He knows where Waldo is all the damn time. But this item, again, is a crazy looking thing. Like I said, I couldn't download this picture. Go into the article and check it out. There's about 3 different pictures of it. Each one of them kind of zooms in a little closer just to first give you an idea of where the fuck Pareidolia Pete was looking when he found this thing. Or should I say, all the babies that are under the house that don't even speak English. I'm telling you, there's no way he's doing this by himself. Maybe that's where Tyler is. Maybe Tyler is chained up under Scott C. Waring's house looking through these images now. That's probably what happened to him. It's the only thing that I could think of at this moment. But it's a crazy shape. Check it out. The link is in the description. I just don't understand how he does it. It's just weird to me. But there's no way he has a full-time fucking job. There's no way he has a life. Putting out babies and looking at NASA photos, it's a hard job. And it takes a lot of time to do. It's completely nuts, but what can you do? Dre says, I love projectiles. That's what I have to deal with. Anyway, Pareidolia Pete is working hard, or not, at making sure you get your best images from NASA about Mars, the moon, and everywhere else that he can find that shit. He's a nutbag, to be honest. The next story is crazy. The next story is going to be a doozy, so you better stay tuned.
When you're lost, take your trust. That's me. That's so sick. I'm a fraud, call me a liar. A true psycho. I'm a fraud, call me a liar. A true psychopath, don't love me. When you're lost, take your trust. Yeah, that's me. Oh, that's me, that's me, that's me. 'Cause I'm a fraud.
right, this next story was a complete fucking shocker to me. I was so done after this. I couldn't believe it. By the way, One Nobody, what's up? Welcome to the live chat. I was taken back by this. I really was, because I hear this all the time. I've heard it. You guys have heard it. Anyone that's been following this whole abduction situation and everything else that comes along with it. You know, some people get abducted, they get placed back. Some people get their little eggs taken. Some people get milked. And it's weird because it's hard to believe. It really is. There's a lot of things in this abduction story that it's really hard to grasp that this is really happening to that extent. Now, could I believe, that someone was taken and they get poked and prodded and stuff like that? Yeah, why not? I mean, if I was a god in a saucer, I'd take your ass too. But that's what I'm saying. Sometimes the stories, they take a different turn, if you will. And the fact that this one happened in China, where's my Trump clip, is really a surprise to me, to be honest. You don't hear very much from that country as far as news besides spreading COVID-19 coronaviruses, right? Other than that, you really don't hear too much. There's a Chinese man that claimed he had sex with aliens. We're not talking about someone that snuck into the country, though these individuals did, but they didn't cross the border. They just dropped in from the sky. Interesting story, to say the least. An alien-human sex is not something that's commonplace, but people talk about it. No one has evidence that it's happening, but people still experience it. There is a man by the name of Meng Qinggao Gungao. I tried 4 different websites to give me a pronunciation for his name. I got nothing. I got 4 different ones. I didn't even know what the hell to pick. So Meng Z is what we're going to go with. Meng Z, a man from Wuchang. That's true. That's what it says. I didn't make that up. Now, really, I would have been freaking on the floor if they would have said this guy came from Wuhan. But no, he came from Wuchang. It's near Harbin in the, I'm not even going to pronounce the province because, fuck, we'll be here all night. He says that he engaged in sexually activities, did the nasty with the extraterrestrials. This started back June 7th of 1994. Meng Z was working at a logging camp. Kind of sounds familiar, right? What the fuck is it with people going logging and getting abducted? Anyway, he's at a logging camp and he spotted some lights. I mean, what else is there? He says there were metallic flashes from nearby Mount Phoenix. Another coincidence, may I say. He, humbly so, decided I'm going to go investigate what he thought was a downed helicopter. But then he was hit in the head by an unknown entity or force, and he was knocked out. This is like the Chinese version of Travis Walton, except you throw a little bit of Stan the Man in there because we're about to get busy with DET. He says he thought it crashed, and so really what he was trying to go out to do is scavenge the helicopter for scraps. This is what he told a reporter from the Huffington Post. And he even threw a sound effects. Boom! That's what he thought it was like when something hit him in the head, right on the forehead, and knocked him out. Meng Z, he says when he came to, he encountered a tall, human-esque female alien. He described her as being 10 feet tall. Oh, God. She had 6 fingers. I assume it's on each hand. Otherwise, because if she only had 6, that's a problem. But I guess she has 6 on each hand. But otherwise, according to Meng Z, she looked perfectly human. Except that apparently when he tells the story, going from word of mouth to different people, apparently she also had fur-covered legs. Not like she didn't shave, like she forgot to shick it. No, she had furry-ass legs in some of the stories. We don't know which one it is right now. allegedly, what happened after that was that things got a little crazy. Meng Zi says he was transported back home, and I'm going to just say it the way it was written here. It was captured for prosperity, should I say. When he was taken back home, he engaged in a marathon of 40-minute sexual encounter with a galactic visitor while hovering over his sleeping wife and daughter. Stan Romanek, someone get him out of jail. Somebody get Stan the fuck out of jail. Because now I believe his story. Were you serious? Yes. 40 minutes hovering over his family. He was doing the shit. I guess it wouldn't even be horizontal mumbo. It's probably all over the fucking place because he's not on anything solid. He says that when again, I'm just reading it the way it is. You guys take it for what it's worth. When the space creature finally finished with the genital rubbing, Meng Zi was left with a mysterious scar on his thigh. A gift from me to you. It turns out that back in September of 2003, hey guys, this didn't happen like in the 40s and the 30s or 20s. This is 2003. Meng Zi went to a doctor to have it examined. His scar, the scar was still there from all that 40 minutes of wild raunchiness going on. The doctor deemed it to be unusual and not caused by normal injury or surgery. Well, no, he's floating, having sexual intercourse in the air. That's not fucking normal. Of course it's going to look weird. According to this, the strangeness didn't even stop there because a month later after the incident, Meng Zi claims to have ascended through a wall and visited aliens on their own ship. This happens a lot. It's commonplace. Don't get it twisted. Now, while he was on there, of course, he was in love, right? Because he's got his alien mama that's up there. So apparently he said he wanted to spend some time with her, and his request was denied. But they did let him know while he was there that Meng Zi was told that his human alien hybrid son would be born on a faraway planet in approximately 60 years. What a story. Where is Stan? I want to start something to get Stan Romanek out of jail. I think he needs to be freed now. He needs to be freed. Free Stan Romanek. Forget about the cat guy. Free Stan. In addition to this, besides being examined by the doctor back in 2003, Meng Zi was also subject to a polygraph test. Again, similarities. This is the Stan Romanek Travis Walton of China. This is what this guy is. He's a combo of both of them. The polygraph, according to many people, proved that Meng Zi was telling the truth. He was getting busy. He did father a child who would be born 60 fucking years in the future. He passed his polygraph. To really add insult to injury for all you guys who research UFOs and look into incidents but never have an experience, Meng Zi is a total fucking opposite. Meng Zi never heard of UFOs or things coming from outer space when he had his sexual encounter with the hairy-legged AT lady. 10-footer no less. This is what's happening in ufology in China. Holy cow. I cannot believe this. This is one of the craziest stories to fall into my lap. I am just astonished by this. I don't even want to look at the live chat to see what the hell people are saying over there because it's got to be nuts. And like Dre says, he wonders if she has 3 boobs. Nobody really knows. But, the stories go on and on. It is bananas, but it's good to see that China is in this. Now, I find it strange that he's kind of got all these similarities with, Travis Walton and Stan Romanek, Walter Romanek. But again, is it because these things are really happening? Are 10-foot alien chicks with hairy ass legs getting there's collecting stuff personally, I guess. They don't even put that shit in test tubes. They just come and take it. One-on-one, mano a mano. I don't know. This is one wild story. Check out the link in the description. There's actually a picture of Meng Zi when he was taking the polygraph test. He was sitting there, nice, and he looks like a normal Chinese guy. That's all I gotta say. I don't know what to tell you. Like, this is like a really weird story. I know some of you have stories like these, but hopefully it's not just with aliens. Hairy-legged ones, 10-footers. Wild story nonetheless. Check out the description. Check out the article. I was fascinated by it. I'm not even going to lie. But these are the things that we come across when we search other countries and their experiences. And sadly, there's a theme here. There is a theme. Now, could Meng Zi have come across the Stan Romanek and Travis Walton story and put them all together? It is very possible. But then again, could any of these other guys have seen stories like Meng Zi somewhere else and put those together? Or is it all true? Do we all need extraterrestrial condoms? Does he need to be checked from some kind of crazy ETVD now? That's what it should be checking. Fuck the scar. He might have problems. This is the episode for today. But by the way, don't forget that on Saturday, the Dark Horde, Chris Garcia, the psychic, will be back. And hopefully we'll be taking phone calls from you guys. And we can see what exactly it is that is in your future. Hopefully it's not horizontal mambos 20 feet above your sleeping family. You can't write this stuff. Not at all. I bid you adieu until tomorrow when we tackle space, the final frontier.